Hi, I'm Meg from CVTA, the Commercial Vehicle Training Association. CVTA is a group of outstanding truck driver training schools that are committed to helping you become a successful professional truck driver. As you've already heard, truck driving can be a fantastic career. If you do it right, you'll get great pay, excellent benefits, long-term job security, and much more. And the one thing you'll learn today is that it pays to stay with your first job. During the next few minutes, you'll meet some successful drivers and their families, and we'll teach you what to look out for when you're on the road. So come on, let's get started. Hi again, we're here at this beautiful TA Travel Center just outside of Tampa, Florida. This is just one of thousands of modern convenient truck stops that are on the road today. They have everything a driver could need. I love this movie. Ice cream, soft drinks, and even donuts for those state troopers. For today's over-the-road driver, these truck stops provide a home away from home experience. They're a great place to grab a bite, take a break, and fuel up. But for the new truck driver, this can also be the hunting ground for what we call truck driving poachers. Poachers are driver recruiters who make their living recruiting new drivers away from their jobs with lots of promises and not a lot of details.
New truck drivers need to be wary of aggressive driver recruiters. They'll promise you just about anything to get you to switch companies. They're doing this because it benefits their company and costs you money.
Just remember this, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. At CVTA, it's our job to help you understand why it truly pays to stay with your first job for at least 2 to 3 years. Let's meet a couple and hear how they learned very early in their careers that it pays to stay.
Let's meet Mo Stiles. He's a professional truck driver, loves music, and a brand new homeowner. Mo and Sherry had always dreamed of having a home of their own, but credit problems had kept them from being able to do this. Let's find out how becoming a professional truck driver helped them get their dream home.
I've always wanted a home of my own. It's one of those things I've always wanted ever since I can remember. And when I met Sherry, I promised her we'd have a nice home of our own.
We would go off on the weekends. We would look at all the homes, but we never had the money or the credit to buy one.
To tell the truth, my credit was terrible. I had done a lot of dumb things. I was behind on my bills, late on some payments. But anyway, I heard about how much I could make as a truck driver, so I just thought, that's something that I have to do.
When he got started, his school placement officer and driver recruiter told him that if he would stay on the job for a couple years, 2 things would happen. His company would pay for his tuition, and our credit score would go up.
And that's what happened. After a year, I was making more money than I'd ever made. And to think, we have a savings account now.
We had never, ever had a savings account.
And after about 8 months, we bought our first home.
Thanks to staying with his first employer, Mo and Sherry were able to improve their credit, save money for a down payment, pay off their tuition, and buy their first house. They definitely know that it pays to stay. Meet Jeff Richards, a basketball coach, a father of 2, a sports fanatic, and a successful professional truck driver. Jeff and his family learned the hard way that the grass isn't always greener at another trucking company.
I'm probably just like a lot of other drivers. I got started out for a couple of reasons. Primarily, I wanted to make a good living. I had been a bricklayer for a couple of years, and well, I just really needed to make more money. And with 2 boys, it was really important that I had a job that provided good benefits.
But when he first got started, I was afraid that he was going to be away from home all the time. But his driver manager said that if he would just be patient, he would get all the routes that he wanted and he'd be able to make his own schedule.
Now, the problem was that after about 4 months, I ran into a recruiter at a truck stop, and he had offered me 2 cents more per mile if I would switch over to his company. Well, that sounded great at first.
Oh, yeah, but what he didn't say was that Jeff would miss a couple of paychecks and we would have no health benefits for 90 days.
That was a huge mistake for us. If I had just stayed where I was, I would have made more money, would have had better benefits. So the truth is that after about 6 weeks, I called my old trucking company, and fortunately for me, for us, they rehired me.
Today, Jeff has the right job, good benefits, a 401k savings plan, and paid vacation. And it's because he made the decision to stay with his company.
Jeff was just like a lot of new drivers who get lured into thinking there's a better opportunity out there. They read an ad in a magazine or hear a radio commercial, or meet a poacher. I mean driver recruiter. Either way, they never really understand the fine print, and they don't know how much it costs them to switch jobs too early.
Switching jobs on a regular basis can cost a professional truck driver anywhere from $50,000 to $250,000 during the course of their career.
Speaking of fine print, let's take a look at what it really costs a driver to change jobs. You'll never see it in one of those trucker job magazines, and you'll never hear about it on one of those radio commercials. But this is the truth. First of all, every time you switch companies, you're walking away from safety, fuel, and productivity bonuses, not to mention pay raises based on years of service. This can cost you thousands of dollars. Everybody loves their vacations. If you're a driver and are switching jobs every 2 years, you'll probably lose close to $15,000 just in vacation pay, and not to mention missing all that time at the beach. Isn't it great to get a big paycheck every Friday? What the recruiters won't tell you is that you'll miss a few paychecks when you switch jobs. And I don't know about you, but I'm counting on that money. When you don't stay with your present employer, there'll be gaps in your medical coverage. This means you have a waiting period before your benefits kick in, and you'll have to start paying again on your deductible. And that's money out of your pocket. Finally, if you stay with your company and contribute to the 401k program, your retirement account will be a lot larger. Would you like to have an extra $150,000 at age 55? Well, that's what happens when you don't switch jobs every 2 to 3 years. Let's see, a boat or a big vacation home? At the CVTA, we understand that there are times when it makes sense to change your job in the trucking industry. That's pretty normal, and some drivers may drive for a couple of companies during their career. What we're trying to do today is help you to understand that there are also great benefits for you when you find the right company and stick around. In the long term, it means more money, more home time, better benefits, and control of your schedule. Good luck on your new career, and remember, it pays to stay.